Yo, so it's 5:53 p.m. Sunday, the 2nd of March, and I guess this is going to be episode 3 on the Tappin mentality. Once again, I thought I'd just hit record. I had a rough idea of what I wanted to talk about, but there were few other things that I felt that sort of came to the forefront of my mind over the last few days, and I felt like I wanted to speak about that. But firstly, I'll talk about like my week and I guess my day. Today we started Ramadan. For those of you who don't know what Ramadan is, it's the holy month of the Islamic calendar, and in Ramadan for 30 days we fast from sunrise to sunset for 30 days. And so today was the first day. For me, Ramadan represents sort of reconnecting with your faith and with your spiritual self, I guess. And I've decided to focus on a few things spiritual wise, a little bit more so than I normally do. Ramadan also represents discipline and wanting to attain that spiritual discipline as well. And so for me, I guess this month this year of Ramadan, and this month in particular, I wanted it to be about discipline. I wanted it to be about tapping in, really, to be honest. And so I decided to kick Ramadan off with so initially it was going to be 21Ks, and so I did a video this morning. I put that on YouTube, talking about how I wanted to do 20Ks, 21K, sorry, a half marathon, whilst fasting. So I start my last meal was at roughly 4:30ish, 4:45 this morning, and knowing myself these days, I'll go into a run with this fixed number in mind, and about halfway through or 3/4 of the way through, I end up talking myself into running a lot further, which is can be a dangerous game. But like it honestly helps me realize that like whatever limitations we have set on ourselves is not fact and it's not fixed, right? Our bodies can go a lot further than we think they can. And so once again, I tapped into that 21Ks. I was actually very excited, and I think it was about 8Ks, 9Ks, or whatever it was. The thoughts started coming in my head that I might be able to go a little bit further. By about 12Ks, I put a video up, and I'm like, fuck it, we're going for 25Ks. But in the back of my mind, 30Ks kept coming up, and I'm like, fuck, man. But then I settled for 25. I think it got to about 18, 19Ks. The thought got louder, 30Ks. And I started listening to it, started entertaining the thought. By 21Ks, the decision was made that we're going all the way, we're going 30Ks. So I ended up doing 30Ks. I can't remember exactly how long it took me. I think it took me 3 hours. Yeah, it was 3 hours and 18 minutes for the 30Ks. And like, I don't really go for time. I just go for the mental effort. So if it hurts mentally, and if it's a struggle, if it's a push, then I know that that's what I'm looking for, essentially. Considering I wasn't eating or drinking, I don't think I could go for time even if I tried, without burning myself out, because I still had the rest of the day to consider, right? And so honestly, like, it's been pretty good, man. Like, my mouth has been dry for the last like 5 hours or whatever. I think I got home at like 12 o'clock. My mouth's been dry as fuck for that few hours. I had a quick nap before, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll jump on this, read a little bit just before we break our fast. I think we break our fast like 6:30, 6:40ish, and so I got about just under an hour to do that. But yeah, like it's really, yeah, tap the fuck in, man. Like, the limitations that we set on ourselves and the limitations that people set on us keeps us within our limits, right? You don't know what you are capable of until you try, right? I didn't think I could run 30Ks whilst fasting. Not, like, honestly, that thought never crossed my mind whatsoever. That is not something that is not a concept that I had ever conceived prior to today. I promise you that. And I fucking did it, right? And like, I'm not doing it for the praise. I'm not doing it for any recognition whatsoever. I'm doing it simply to prove to myself first, and then to anyone else who's willing to listen, that you are capable of so much more. So much more. There are no limitations. I promise you, there are no fucking limitations, man. Like, even if you say to yourself, I want to run 100Ks, there is absolutely nothing stopping you from running 100Ks right now. This second, there's nothing stopping you, right? Only the thought that I have work tomorrow, or I have to fucking be in bed at fucking 9 o'clock. Who the fuck says you have to be in bed at 9 o'clock? Nobody does, right? There's nothing stopping anyone from running 100Ks right now. All right, I guess that's an extreme. That's a very extreme example, but it's a good example nonetheless. I feel like there is nothing stopping anyone from doing anything. If I offered you $1 million right now to run 100Ks, I guarantee that 9 out of 10 people would jump at that. You know what I mean? All right, and it's simply, and it brings it down to not being a fact of whether you want to do it or whether you can do it, whether you can't. It's whether you want to do it, whether you don't. The words "I cannot," I refuse to accept those words in my sessions. You know, when I run the sessions with boys, whether in QUT or when I was in prison, the boys used to fucking be like, they'd hit a wall and they'd be like, I can't do it. I said, bro, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear those words. It's either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as I can't do it, right? And that's something I fucking preach that shit, and I fucking live by that shit. There is no such thing that you cannot do. There is nothing you cannot do, and I refuse to accept, and I refuse to listen and entertain the fucking idea that anyone cannot do something. It's fucking bullshit. So yeah, like it's that's I think yeah. But you gotta remove those words from your vocabulary. Honestly I can't remember the last time I said those words before just then. At all. I can't remember the last time I said those words, you know what I mean? Because I've erased those words from my vocabulary, from my mentality, from my thought process. Those words do not hold space in my brain in that sequence. I can't do it. I cannot. Those words do not hold fucking any space in my mind whatsoever, because I guess and it becomes, and it, like, what you have to do is prove to yourself. You have to reinforce that through actions, through repetition, through failing, through succeeding, through failing, succeeding, failing, succeeding. You have to reinforce that in your mind. You know what I mean? And for me, I've proven it to myself, and so for me, it's a fact now that I can do whatever the fuck it is I want to do. That there is nothing I can't do, right? But the individual, so for yourself or whoever's listening to this, you have to prove it to yourself. You know what I mean? You have to reinforce it in yourself through failure, through success, through failure, through success, so on and so forth. And so that's my little preach, I guess, for anyone who's down to listen. You know, I think we're at 7 minutes. I'm gonna try and make it short today. I'm gonna go for another 7 minutes. Try keep it at 15. Nice, short and sweet. So, like, one thing that came up that I do want to talk about is the word motivation. You know, like, I have my friend of mine calls me up and says, "Oh, you're motivating me, man. You're motivating me to fucking to fucking," and he says it all the time. He says it, like, honestly, like, in the last 2 weeks, I've heard him say it like maybe 4 times. And like, he's not the only one. People will call me up or fucking message me and be like, "No, your shit's really inspiring." And then I don't hear from him for fucking ages, you know what I mean? Or the next time I do hear from him, they say the same thing: "You're motivating me, bro." And like, it fucking drives me crazy. It drives me mental, because like, motivation is nothing without the action. And without action, like, you're just fucking wasting your time. Like, look, the videos are all good, you know what I mean? And I guess, like, that's the main purpose, to motivate. But it's not just motivation. It's not, these videos are not purely for motivation. What I'm trying to do is motivate people to act. I'm trying to inspire people to act. The motivation is nothing without action, right? If you're just being motivated, motivation is an emotion, right? And emotions come and go. Emotions are temperamental. Emotions are, that's like a roller coaster, you know what I mean? Like, some days you're happy, some days you're not. Some days you're inspired, some days you're not. Likewise, some days you're motivated, some days you're fucking not. You cannot rely on motivation like, this is what I say. Motivation will get you into the ring. Motivation will get your shoes on. Motivation will inspire you to start the business. Motivation will inspire you to go speak to that chick. Motivation will push you to start that marathon. Will push you to start planning for a business, whatever. But it's your discipline that'll get you through. That'll get you into the fucking that'll get you throwing that first hit. That'll get you shooting your shot. That will get you I don't know, asking her out for a date. It's a discipline that'll get you to take her out on that date. Motivation will get you to ask her out on the date. And discipline will get you to take her out on the date. You know what I mean? And spend the time getting to know her and whatever. Right? Discipline is going to get you. Is going to keep you pushing for that business. Keep you planning for that business and executing that business. Right? So that's really it. Motivation will inspire the idea and inspire the thought, but discipline is gonna help with the execution. Discipline is what is gonna execute that shit, right? And so that's what it's all about. It's discipline, it's perseverance, it's heart that's gonna keep you in the fight, right? Motivation is gonna get you to the front fucking door. It's gonna get you to the edge of the ring. Discipline that's gonna keep you there, and so it's all about action, man. Like I don't care about fucking. Honestly, it's at the point where I'm fucking sick of hearing that word motivation. I honestly don't believe in that word motivation. It's like believing in happiness. You cannot rely on happiness. You know what I mean? You cannot rely on motivation. You have to act. When you have an idea, fucking act on it. You know what I mean? That's I guess that's like the main moral of all that I'm trying to do. Firstly for myself, and then for whoever is willing to listen. You know what I mean? Like, there is no fucking. Yeah, man. Like, motivation is not enough. It's not enough, man. You know what I mean? What happens when you've got fucking fluid built up in your knee and fucking, like I do right now, your fucking joints are sore, but you have to go to the gym? What happens then? You know what I mean? Like, I've got every excuse to not go because my fucking knees hurt, fucking ankles hurt, right? But I'm fucking still gonna go. You know what I mean? That's the discipline that I sort of talk about. You know what I mean? That's the action that you have to execute every single fucking day. You know what I mean? And there's no days off, man. Once you start that journey, once you start whatever the fuck your mission, once you discover what your purpose is, you don't stop. There is no stopping. There is no stopping whatsoever, man. And you can never ever allow yourself to stop, because once you stop once, if you let up on one thing, you take a shortcut. You take a shortcut on one thing, man. That's it. That's fucking it, man. Like, and that's where it's a slippery fucking slope. You know what I mean? And that's where the demons will start coming in, be like, man, nah, you took a break yesterday, man, you deserve another one. Or you took a shortcut yesterday, man, you deserve another one today. Take this one, you know what I mean? Fuck that shit, man. You gotta remove that from your fucking mentality. Remove that from your lifestyle, from your way of living, you know what I mean? You have to go the long way. You have to put in the effort. You have to tap the fuck in. Alright? So, moral of the story, once again, is fuck motivation, act. Act. That's what you need to do. Whatever it is that you have, whatever idea you have, whatever mission you have, you want to lose fucking weight, start fucking running, start fucking walking, do something. Motivation is just going to get you looking at fucking videos and figuring out how to fucking do it. You know what I mean? As opposed to just fucking doing it. Right? Just get it fucking done. I have a quote that I wrote, and it's do it anyway. You know what I mean? No matter what the fuck you're feeling, if you're tired, if you're sick, if you're broken, you got a broken leg, fucking go do something else. Just do something. You have to act, right? Don't fucking plan forever, because before you know it, 10 years has gone past, or 4 years have gone past, 5 years have gone past, and 10 years have gone past, and you're still fucking planning. You know what I mean? Act now and figure it out along the way, right? Figure it out along the way, you know. Yeah, I think that's all for today's rant. I thought I'd be a lot more tired than I am, but I feel pretty good, man. Like, considering I've fucking burnt up all my energy for the day. Yeah, I feel good, man. These days, I feel like I'm like living off I don't know what it is, but it's not energy, man. It's not the energy that people talk about. You know what I mean? Like, eating food and you get energetic. Like, I'm not fucking running off that shit no more. Like, I feel like I'm running off. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there's something in me. There's something in me that's pushing me. I don't know what it is. I can't put a name on it just yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? But I urge that everyone find that thing in them. You know, I urge that everyone find their purpose, find their fucking reason, find that thing that's going to keep them up at night, that's going to stop them from sleeping because they want to achieve whatever it is they want to achieve that bad, right? That you can run off fucking 2 hours sleep for fucking 3 days consecutively and still be sweet, you know what I mean? Like, mentally. Forget physically, you know what I mean? Because the mental aspect comes first. When your mind is in check, your body follows suit. And so you find that thing that's going to fucking drive your mind so vividly and so intensely that your body must just follow suit. Alright? And so that's all I urge in people. I urge you to tap the fuck in. Spend this next week First of all, finding what it is you want to do, find out what your purpose is, and then fucking act on it. You know what I mean? If you want to become fit, if you want to become ripped, start fucking working out. Do fucking push-ups. Do push-ups every single fucking day. Set yourself a goal to do 100 push-ups every day to begin with. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter how pretty it fucking looks. Just do the fucking push-ups. Right? I think the fact of you doing the push-ups is more important than anything else. Right? And that's gonna set the stage. That's gonna set the foundation for what comes next. You know what I mean? Once you become comfortable doing the push-ups, then you level up. And then you continue leveling up, and then you add other things into your routine, into your workouts, and then you just go from there. And that's how you begin. That's how you begin to condition yourself, your mind and your body, and that's how you begin to forge that sword. All right, you put your body in that fire, you put your mind in that fire, and that's where the strongest of swords are forged. So for now, I'm gonna leave it at that. I urge you to find your fucking purpose, find your reason, and then act. Simply act. Tap the fuck in. Let's go. This is the Tappin mentality. I'm checking out.